Okay, here we go. This is gonna be quite an exciting one. So, earnings day. It is here. Obviously, there was a lot of hype pre-market as everybody thought, oh, I'm gonna get in right now. And then we got kind of spanked back down from just under 750. So, I will say that the last few earnings have gone backwards from what I was expecting, and I think one I wiggled out a small profit, and one I got knees cut out pretty much. Like, oh, when was that? Q3, I believe. Yeah, October. Yeah, the one that was done in October, I believe. I'd have to go back and remember. Anyways, got to the point where I realized that, on a Monday, not worth trying to get in and play my usual type of trades. So, just been keeping an eye on this and running around town, seeing what errands I can get done today. So, right as I was starting to get get prepped for this, we had a huge spike in volume. And these are, I'm rocking 3-minute candles here, so we're going from 60, 30, 30s, and then we jumped to 127,000 shares, then we jumped to 283,000 shares, and so 3-minute periods, several 100,000 shares are moving along right then. So people are starting to attempt to get themselves positioned in here. Looks like the call is scheduled for 4:30 as of right now. So that's going to be about an hour and a half after close. So if that's what we're going to be dealing with, I'll probably hop out of here and try to get a few more things done before the earnings call. And I got lights acting weird. Anyways, want to come back and get into this. I really want to catch the call live since it's on a Monday. I never get to actually hear these. I'm usually at work because they're most of the time on Wednesdays. Now it does look like the overall market just took a pretty crazy drop. Like, everything got slammed down at that exact same time. Looks like everything had a huge volume spike at that time as well. So this is just looking at the overall market, and yep, so the NASDAQ had a big volume spike and big drop. So something happened there. Geesh, the Dow, that was a 67-point drop. Huh. So let's see what happened with the oil futures. Nothing much happened there. So it looks like it was mostly oil futures had something happen earlier in the day, but looks like it's mostly something that affected the actual market. So that could have a slight effect, but most of the time Tesla has enough power on its own that's going to push through anything that's more of a external factor. So going into earnings, the thing to watch is right here. All of these are going to be highly inflated right now. Now I personally kind of expect that we're going to have fairly decent earnings overall. So right now, a 710, which is about a 62% chance out of the money, selling a 710, buying a 705, averaging about $1.80 right now. That's not too bad for being, what we, $26 out of the money right now. So that's not too bad. But after earnings, Tesla can swing good earnings and it can drop. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Trying to hop in here and see what it's going to look like going into the close today. I'm tempted to try something further, like plan on a drop and know that it's even, that's worth $1 right now, going way down to 75-80%. I mean, that's a $56 away from current price. And oh yeah, that wreck thing, I kind of hope they address that. Actually, that's one of the things I'm looking for them to do on this earnings call later today. Like, they really need to get an official statement put out. Obviously, it's probably still an ongoing investigation where they can't say too much, but they do need to have some way to address things like this, because a lot of the media that gets paid off, not paid off, but like companies that spend advertising dollars with these media companies, they obviously are going to get a much more favorable write-up. So the fact that there are no facts really presented on either side of this, that the car drove itself into the tree or that Tesla, you know, there needs to be some way that facts are legitimately presented, and then, you know, people can make their own mind up. It's very similar to what happens in all the political stuff going on right now. It seems like everybody jumps to a conclusion that fits what they want, and they just run with it, and they don't wait to hear facts. And that's something that's become very problematic over the last little bit. So I don't know. I'm hoping they at least say something about it, like we're cooperating with investigators. We can say that we have proven internally that full self-driving was not, I mean, they can look at it and know that if the car did not even have full self-driving attached to it, there's no way that they can even continue with their argument. But these media companies are going to, because it gets them attention and it hurts Tesla. So kind of ridiculous. But so it looks like we're coming back up, holding this 730 after that quick little dump. Whatever that was, that caused some unusual actions right here. But I think getting up over that 740 again is going to be the tricky one for right now. I kind of want to play this like 680, 675. I mean, that's going for $1. That's $50 out of the money right now. So, let's do the official math. So we're at 736 right now. So people that are buying the 735 put, they're spending $27.45. So they're expecting Tesla to drop by 27, we'll just round up to 27.60. So people that are buying the at the money 735 put right now are expecting Tesla to be around at least 707.40 or below by Friday. Alright, kind of similar on the call side. The 735 call, they are right now, we'll just round up to 29 bucks. So they're expecting like 764 or above. BBKCF. Huh. I have not heard of that one actually. Are they? Do they have their own market out here? BBKCF. Big digital assets. Okay. So they are, wow, adding lots of revenues. It's so crypto is going to be huge. That's like a complete future uh, system. Like it may not be Bitcoin, but it's going to be something in what we are seeing now in crypto in the next, 10 to 20, 30 years. It's going to eventually mature enough to where that's going to be the new standard. Wow, see, there comes the sellers trying to push it down. But also look at this, the overall market is taking a dump too. So right now we're getting caught up. Everything is dropping hard right now. Wow, everything is dropping hard. Heck yeah. So like Ethereum, I have just over one, but I got it like in 2018. I think I have 1 point something odd Ethereum, and I got that one around 390. I think just under 390 or just over 390, and seeing there it goes. So the overall market gets slammed down. It pulls Tesla quickly with it, but then it's bouncing back. So there is a lot more upward momentum going into this. Man, let's go for, let's say if I can get $1.20 out of this being way out of the money, I think we might be okay here. Let's see. So, 600 bucks. If I hold it all the way through, I could take a $1,900 loss if we just completely plummet. We'll see. I don't think this is going to get filled. We'd have to have quite a little bit bigger of a drop, but I don't know. I kind of want to take a little bit of a risk just to see if I can get into a position while all the prices are super inflated before earnings. If we get another quick drop, that might get filled, and then tomorrow all the option prices are going to contract. Like I've watched them, like these prices they'll lock at the end of the day, and like this one here, 730, 750, it's going around 28 bucks right now. Tomorrow morning at open, even if Tesla goes up, this is going to drop to like $8. It's going to lose so much of its value. So try a little bit of a different strategy, which is just selling further out of the money, that you're not taking as much in, but there's a higher likelihood that tomorrow, when all the premium dries up, you can buy it back for pennies. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so Ethereum is, I got Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin, and I have Chainlink, which is the odd one that I had bought back in 2018. I was putting like $100 in just a bunch of random ones. So I think I got 290 Chainlinks or Chainlink coins that I had got around 34 cents, I believe. And then it ends up going way up, like ridiculously way up. So as of right now, I have about $105 worth of Chainlink. That's right now today worth just over 10,000. So that's just ridiculous. My Ethereum that I spent like just right about 400 bucks on, that's worth 2,500. And then I have Litecoin. I got 1.08 and a bunch of, decimals worth of Litecoin. 1.017 Ethereum, 290 Link, and then Bitcoin I've got 0.135. So like I said, I put about $2,500 to $3,000 in a bunch of different cryptos back in 2018, and then I'm just gonna let it sit. We'll see what happens to it. Man, it's been a wild ride for the last day. My portfolio has had a $3,000 price swing in the last 24 hours, so that's kind of unreal. Yeah, you know, if shoulda, coulda, woulda. So, but as of right now, I've got about $2,500 that I spent in 2018 that I've already learned to live without, so I don't need that. I'm used to not having it. So right now, it's worth just over 20,000. So that is a third of my Cybertruck is paid for off of $2,500. So once I realized that a few months ago, I decided I'm just going to keep a hold of it since we're obviously in a crypto hype year. So I'm hoping to hold on to this. If what I have ever hits 60,000, I'm just going to cash it out and be done with it. And that is my Cybertruck. That's my $50,000 Cybertruck plus my $7,000 FSD. Right now I'm committed to a $57,000 vehicle. Okay, if my crypto hits 60, I paid for my Cybertruck off of 2,500 bucks. So, okay, I'll take it. But, there'll be taxes and stuff, but still, I'd rather pay taxes on that and have a huge chunk of my truck knocked out. But it could be, I'm hoping by, March to May of next year, my number will come up. So my Cybertruck, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to come through by this time next year. We're going to have Cybertruck, and we'll be making some videos with that out at the my shooting range is going to be called the Freedom Farm, because it's literally a little wooded area with a creek running all around it, or on 3 sides of it. But it's an area that my dad can't farm, but it's right in the middle of a whole quarter section that he owns. So there's farmland all around it, and in this little section, I mean, it's not little, it's pretty good size, but right in the middle of a farm, I'm building a shooting range that is going to be called the Freedom Farm. And I was out there yesterday, working on my second kind of lane. I'm cutting through the trees, and got some good work done on that yesterday. Then set up and took some shots at 152 yards. So first shots over 150 yards, and 20 shots and 20 hits on 2 different targets. So I'm getting there. Now I'm getting ready to buy a pistol and then a shotgun, hopefully later this year. But seems like I always am finding more things to do than I have time for. But I did though remember to take my GoPro and set it up in the skid steer I'm using. So I've got some like time-lapse video from me ripping these trees up and clearing lanes out. So once I get a few more sections of it done, I'm gonna put it together and have a making of the Freedom Farm video. Man, this is what bothers me about earnings, especially on a company like Tesla. It gets to where this is actually calm, but these bigger price swings, it just makes it hard to actually get in there and play smart. That's why I'm really not doing much today. I got lucky last week and oh, what I have, that's not right. $1.70 minus, what was it, 84 cents? I think I had a trade that I profited like 86 cents per contract. Yeah, that'd be about right. About 430 bucks I made last week. So, I mean, that pays for half the pistol that I'm looking at. So, like, that's kind of how I've got to looking at stuff. Like, I don't care so much about these kind of movements. I just look at everything in like $5 increments. So right now, what I'm seeing from this is that we're holding 730 pretty good. 735, that's going to be pretty risky. But playing a 730 tomorrow, if we hold where we're at, but most of the time Tesla, it's going to be drastically different price from wherever we close before earnings. So that is the thing to remember. All right, we are down to 33 seconds. Usually it's anywhere from 20-30 minutes after close before Tesla releases their numbers, and then about an hour and a half after before they actually have the call. And then whatever time it's scheduled, it ends up being like 5 to 10 minutes after that, because Elon time, he's like me, pretty well late for everything. All right, 3, 2, 1, what do we get? So they are given 738, looks like 738.20. So now's where it's going to get really wild. The volume is going to dry up and the price swings will get much, much more dramatic. Man, these media companies are just getting kind of ridiculous. So I have about decided that I need to get another letter written into my state representatives and try to encourage them to propose some kind of a bill that would actually punish some of these media companies when they just run rumor stories as opposed to factual stories. So that's something I would like to see. Like that, oh, what was it, CNN last week when that girl that was trying to stab the other girl got shot, and they edited out the frame that showed the girl with the knife in her hand about to lunge into the other girl in pink. They need to get punished for stuff like that. I think it would force these companies to not run with the first rumor they hear, but hold off and get actual facts. We need to make something like that happen. Make it a law so they get highly, highly fined. Wow, and look at that. The whole market's jumping right now. Huh. Man, I'm going to have to go find out what in the world happened to cause this. That is the definition of a W right there. As long as we keep going back up. But that is a W. Man. I missed some kind of news today, that's for sure. Well, let's see. Let me see if they have updated this. Refresh. So I'm checking the Tesla investor relations page. Looks like they have not even posted up the link yet for the upcoming earnings call. So usually TD Ameritrade is pretty accurate when they are going to say the conference calls at 4:30 Central. and it's right at 3 o'clock, so an hour and a half from now, most likely I'm going to try and get a few more things done around the house here, and then be back, barring nothing going completely haywire in the next hour. I'm going to try and get back here, stream this so that anybody that wants to hang out here should be less crowded than some of the other big channels that have lots and lots of people jump in and blow up their chats. So if you want a little more calm and chill place, I've done one earnings call before. I like to try and have multiple things up on the screen. Usually I like to follow along with what they're talking about and pull up the part of the earnings release. Like, they'll release a PDF that'll have pictures and graphs and everything. So I'll try to have that all up going at the same time, so that easier to follow along with what they're talking about. And then my chat will definitely be a lot smaller than me, Kevin, and Tesla Daily and all those guys that have a much larger audience. So I'm going to be bouncing for now, see what else I can manage to get accomplished for the day. So you get a chance, come back in about just under an hour and a half. It's 3:04 my time. It'll be about 4:30, so I'll probably shoot for about 4:20, 4:25, try to get everything set up, and we'll get after it again. Listen to see if Elon drops any more craziness. So hoping for Cybertruck updates. So thanks for stopping by, Jeremy. It's good talking to you, and swing back by later if you can. If not, have a good rest of your day, dude. Later.